Okay, going live right now. And we are on. Hey guys, hello race fans, Mike here. Welcome back inside the garage area. And over the weekend, we had the Pocono Double. So all three series were on Pocono at the same time. We had the Trucks and Cup Series on Saturday. The Xfinity and Cup Series took to the track. It was the Trucks and Cup on Saturday, Xfinity and Cup on Sunday. Okay, just wanted to make sure I got the facts straight there. Anyway, as you can see, it is not my normal time for a podcast. I normally go on at around 8, but what are you going to do? Anyway, we had 4 fantastic races and 4 winners, 4 drivers that were in need of a victory. In the Truck Series, John Hunter Nemechek absolutely dominated at Pocono to claim yet another victory, his 3rd victory over his boss's 4th overall in 2021. He's now legitimized himself as a championship contender in the Truck Series. In the first half of the Cup doubleheader, Kyle Larson was just being Kyle Larson. Dominating. He was about to win his 4th Cup Series points-paying race in a row. But, like the start of the 2006 movie Cars, one of my favorite movies, he blows a tire on the last lap. And if you saw my live reaction to that, how does that even happen? Like, how? How does that even happen? The Hendrick streak did continue as Alex Bowman won in the 48. Bowman is showman. But how does that even happen? How do you end up blowing a tire on the last turn of the last lap? I did review the finish, and it looked as though there may have been some debris on turn 1, a piece of metal debris, that may have cut Kyle Larson's tire. He didn't think much of it until he exited Long Pond Straightaway heading into the tunnel turn. And as he was heading for turn 3, I listened in to some of the in-car audio between Larson and crew chief Cliff Daniels. And as he heard that tire pop, that's when you knew something was wrong. Kyle Larson didn't know something was wrong until he hit that wall coming into turn 3. And when you hit the wall, it's basically too late. So, sucks for Kyle Larson. He had a great car. He had a fantastic car for the Saturday Pocono race. Bowman ends up winning. Kyle Larson finishes 9th. But overall, he still leads in playoff points. He still leads in victories. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with as we close in on September and the NASCAR playoffs. Check in on Stanley Cup playoffs. Stanley Cup Finals Game 1. Airing commercial, which I hate. Anyway. Chase Elliott didn't finish too bad. He finished, I think, 11th. But it was Alex Bowman that won, continuing the streak for Hendrick. So we move on to the Sunday half of the doubleheader. You had the Xfinity Series, and of course, it was Austin Cindric, the guy who will be taking over to 21 at Wood Brothers in 2022. As I believe Matt DiBenedetto will take over to 2. He is my pick to take over to 2. I don't know what plans Roger Penske has for that 2 car, but He'd be a fool not to take Matt Benedetto and put him in that 2 car once Brad Keselowski leaves for Roush Fenway Racing at 6 for the 2022 season. But once again, Hendrick Motorsports dominates in the Cup Series. But that race, like the 2015 race, ends on fuel mileage. Just like last week at Nashville, it ends on fuel mileage. Only this time, the Hendrick cars weren't as lucky. I'm going to go back to the Xfinity race for a little bit. Cindric struggled in the early going. Sure, he did get a few playoff points. He did get some stage points. But his car was just junk. It was a little too tight in the tunnel turn. It was a little too free down Long Pond straightaway. Looked like it was about to wreck at points. But applause to the crew of that 22 car for Austin Cindric. They made some wholesale changes during the stage-ending cautions. And in stage 3, he was out like a shot. He was out of the gate like a slap shot, to use a hockey term. Once they got that 22 car up to snuff, there was just no stopping Austin Cindric. So he claimed another victory. And just like John Hunter in the Truck Series, Austin Cindric in the Xfinity Series has legitimized himself as a championship contender. So, let me check the live chat. There's no one on it. I will continue onward. Going back to the Cup Series, the Sunday Cup Series race, 350 miler, that came down to fuel mileage. Who's going to make it? Who wasn't going to make it? Brad Keselowski had to pit. He was running low on fuel. He had to switch to reserves. I don't think Kyle Larson made it. If he did, then more power to him. I know Bowman made it. I know Kurt Busch barely made it. But when these races come down to fuel mileage, they are nail biters. As evidenced with the 2015 race. Back in the 2015 race, that was a 400 miler. Truex ran out. We saw Kyle Busch run out. And that was at start. That was with 1 lap to go. I don't know who else ran out, but a lot of guys ran out of fuel on that last lap. And fuel mileage at Pocono, if you run out of fuel at Pocono, you're basically screwed. Especially if it happens in turn 2, a tunnel turn. Just forget it. You're not getting back to pick the lane. But Kyle Busch ends the Hendrick streak at, I believe it was 5 in a row. Yeah, it was 5 races in a row. 2 by Bowman, 2 by Bowman, 3 by Kyle Larson. And that's not including the All-Star race, which was also Kyle Larson. So, we are at 19 races complete, 7 to go until chase cutoff. And that will occur at, where's the chase cutoff this year? Let me check the 2021 schedule. I'm going to check the 2021 Cup Series schedule. I believe it's still where it was last year. Oh, yeah, Daytona. You don't want to go into Daytona and bank on winning there, because that's not happening. Daytona is a big wild card. One false move, one miscalculation, one misjudgment, there goes your playoff hopes right there. And as we saw in February at the Daytona 500, a literal no-name could win it. We saw that with Mike McDowell at Daytona 500. You could see that again. A guy like Ryan Preece could win it. or someone like, I don't know, Anthony Alfredo, they could win it. They could tear the whole playoff picture asunder. And we've got a big wild card, 4th of July weekend at Road America. Brand new track. Guys have never raced there before in a Cup Series. So we can see a little ringer win at Road America. And again, tear the whole playoff picture asunder. We're going to take a look at what Bob Pockrass had to say about this. So, Bob, take it away. Turn it up a bit.
Hey everyone, Bob Pockrass from Fox Sports and some fast thoughts on the Cup race here today at Pocono. A fuel mileage race won by Kyle Busch. Thought William Byron was going to be able to stretch it. Nope, he couldn't do it. He had to pit. Thought then Denny Hamlin was going to be able to stretch it on fuel. Nope, he had to pit. Kyle Busch, transmission issues and all, ends up winning the race here at Pocono.
Oh yeah, that's right. Kyle Busch, early on in the race, had a tough pit stop and had his car stuck in 4th gear. I thought he was screwed. Having your car stuck in 4th gear, that's not a position you want to be in. How he was able to get through the race with his car stuck in 4th gear is beyond me. William Byron didn't make it. Denny Hamlin didn't make it. But anyway, Bob, continue.
I thought it was an exciting fuel mileage race, and I don't usually say that about fuel mileage races. I'm not a big fan of fuel mileage races. I don't really enjoy watching that strategy, but for some reason I enjoyed it today. Maybe it was because William Byron hasn't won all that many races, or Denny Hamlin was going for his first win of the season, or maybe it's because Kyle Larson, the way he lost it yesterday, if he could win it on fuel mileage, that was kind of interesting to me. I thought it was dramatic. Maybe it's Pocono, and the fact that it's 2.5 miles long makes it a little bit extra dramatic. But whatever it was, I kind of enjoyed that today. I'll be interested to hear what you think. What do you think about fuel mileage races? The interesting thing is that NASCAR tries to set the stages so there isn't fuel mileage races when you talk about the stage breaks, but that's exactly what happened here. So, I think NASCAR, or the drivers and the teams, have figured out a way to stretch the fuel a little longer than NASCAR anticipated. So maybe they'll go back and change what the fuel mileage will be as far as the stages for next year. Of course, with the new car, it'll be a whole different animal as far as trying to save fuel.
Oh yeah. Stages were 30, 55, 55 yesterday. So this gives something for NASCAR to think about as we head for the new generation car in 2022. How are the stages going to play out in the schedule for next year? What is fuel mileage going to be like for the new gen car? Oh, and here's a little something. 2311 recorded their first top 10 finish. So for a young driver like Bubba Wallace and a new team, 2311, to record their first top 10 finish, the pressure should be on. But Bubba Wallace seems unfazed. I feel like it's kind of ridiculous to be putting pressure on this young team to perform week in and week out on a new team and a young driver. With this first top 10, I think that the consistency will soon follow. And once they get the consistency after this top 10, the consistency and the momentum, top 5s and wins will soon follow. Starting up a new team is not easy. Getting wins as a new team, getting consistency as a new team, that's not easy. But once they put it all together, probably not going to be in this first year. Once they put it all together, 2311 will be a force. So another thing we talked about during the races Saturday and yesterday was Jeff Gordon being named vice chairman at Hendrick. And per Bob Pockris, Alex Bowman said that of all the executives at Hendrick, the relationship with Gordon probably took the longest to build. So Pockris was wondering if Gordon now being full-time at Hendrick would allow for quicker building of relationships. So let's get the Gordon response right here.
Bowman said yesterday that maybe it took a while for him to have a good relationship with you, or really a relationship with you. And I'm curious if now that you're kind of full-time Hendrick, do you think you can build those things quicker?
Well, and I think this is where the decision to step away from TV and be 100% committed and dedicated to Hendrick Motorsports, where I can spend all my time, nurturing those relationships. And it goes even deeper than the drivers. I have a good relationship with the crew chiefs and drivers. I mean, a lot of these guys I worked with, and the people that I worked with, that's an easy thing to do, but it's some of the newer relationships that you want to build. And Alex would be one of those guys that came on with Junior, and he and I did double duty sort of when Junior was out there in was that 16, 17, and so that was fun.
I believe that was 2017 that Bowman and Jeff did double relief patrol.
A fun way to get to know Alex, but it wasn't one of those relationships that I like. Larson, I saw him at dirt tracks, and we had that background. William Byron drives a 24 car, and he and I built a relationship with having that in common. And of course, Chase Elliott, he originally drove the 24 car, and he's been there the longest. So I want to build a strong relationship with all these guys. But I will say that, Alex, it probably took us a little while to where we could bond, and maybe Chili Bowl. I feel like he and I spending some time there. But now that we've got him signed up, I look forward to getting even closer with him. And a lot of that relationship, besides Dale Jr., was also with Rick Hendrick, because they're the car enthusiasts in both of them create a natural bond. And I think the midgets and the sprint cars are the thing that will create the natural bond with Alex and I moving forward.
And continuing on with Jeff Gordon, another Bob Pockris tweet: Jeff Gordon is a co-owner of Hendrick Motorsports and will be second in charge as vice chairman underneath Rick Hendrick. Pockris is asking, will that make it awkward with Hendrick's son-in-law, Marshall Carlson, as team president? So here's what Jeff had to say.
Is there any awkwardness that she's kind of like Rick and then you and then Marshall?
You know what? Marshall has been somebody I've worked side by side with for many years, and have known Jeff Andrews, Jack Knaus, I mean, so many people at Hendrick. And, Marshall is 100% supportive with me in this role. We both have strengths that we bring, some that I can't bring that he does, and maybe others that, because I wasn't a driver at one time that he never experienced. But I can tell you, we make a great team. And, to me, it's not about titles. It's about, how we're going to work together as an organization. And Marshall's 100% on board with it, and I'm 100% on board with the role that he plays, which is very important.
So Jeff is saying no awkwardness between him and Marshall Carlson. So we'll just wait and see if that's accurate. Let's see if he's right. Also, big news today. Todd Gordon, crew chief on Ryan Blaney, says that this will be his last year sitting atop the pit box. And this is in an interview with Mike Bagley, Sirius XM Radio, MRN. So let's listen in on that one.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that you look at any life and there's several chapters in it, and it's been an awesome run here at Team Penske, and really, really happy and fortunate to have the opportunities I've had here. But when you look at it going forward, this is my 23rd year and down here in NASCAR, and 10 years in Cup Series, and just made a family decision that this will be my last year sitting on a pit box. I'm going to make the transition to something else and a new chapter of life. Not sure what that's going to be, but looking to have a little more family time. And I've got 2 daughters, one in college and one in high school, and just blessed with the opportunities that I've had to this point, and looking forward to just making a little bit more of a priority out of the family time, and see what transpires in the future. But at the end of the season this year, I'll be vacating the pit box for the 12 team, and just trying to make a focus on some of the family things. And the family is important, and that's one of the things that through the pandemic it makes you for everybody, it makes you start seeing those things. And had some of this a couple years ago in thoughts, and just trying to find the timing for it, but felt this was the right time to go ahead and make that transition to the next chapter of my life, and we'll see where that pans out to be.
So let's get my mic back up here for a bit. So congrats to Todd Gordon on a great 23 years atop the pit box at Penske Racing. And I look forward to seeing what he'll be doing next. Let's see. Well, let's get to some driver interviews while we're at it. Oh, pre-race storyline: Justin Allgaier replacing Justin Haley in the Spire Motorsports 77. Good finish for him, 25th. Not bad, Justin Allgaier. Not bad. So first up, Brad Keselowski and trying to gain ground on the Hendrick cars. The Hendrick cars have been dominating, and everyone seems to be struggling to gain ground on the Hendricks. One of them was Brad Keselowski. We talked about him going to the 6th in 2022, going to an ownership role within Roush Fenway. Let's hear his comments.
A little bit. I felt like mostly we just got the balance on the car perfect. It's good. We got the balance that good to run that well. We need to be where we don't have to have the car perfect just to run with it. The days where you have the car perfect, it'd be the fastest car. So yeah, a little bit. I felt like mostly.
I forgot that it looped. So there's that. Now, Bubba Wallace, first top 5 and first top 10 of the season. Also the first of each for 23-11. Here's an interview. Here's what he says that it can do for his confidence.
Just proud of the effort. Got to keep going. This is good for confidence for me. We just got to go to, road course. Of course. Great. Love it.
I know you knew that you could finish in the top 5, but is there anything about actually finishing in the top 5 that adds to confidence, or that makes things better for next week or the week after or the week after that?
No, we know we can do it, and it's good to check that off the list. Now we got to keep doing it. That's the different aspect. We did it. Keep doing it now. And then that'll show that we're really here.
Yeah. You've done it. Now you gotta just keep doing it. Keep doing it week after week after week. Build the consistency, build the momentum. Wins will come. Now, Kyle Busch's take on fuel mileage.
So
I probably could have done a better job saving fuel, but I was just lifting off the gas, and the thing's sitting here going, instead of being able to clutch it. So that was yeah, just that's how fuel mileage races are. It's fun to a point, especially when you come out on top of it and you do it right. That makes you feel good. There was one other fuel mileage race last year, yeah. Texas. That's how we won in Texas. So that was a good one for us. Same thing.
Is that the only way you can beat Hendrick right now?
Oh, thanks, Bob. Well, right. Fortunately, if you look at the metrics, I think we had the fastest car. So we did have that over them, at least where we had the fastest car. So it was just a matter of being in the right position at the right time. I could have beat him yesterday, but Kyle Larson didn't push me far enough into turn one, and I think the 12 pushed the 48 farther, and that's how he got slid up in front of me. So it's racing.
Right now, it seems that fuel mileage could be the only way to beat the Hendrick cars at this point. Again, with 7 races to go until Daytona and the cutoff. Now,
Easy for us for
Kyle Larson's comments.
It's probably easy for us for the result of today. I was still able to run second. William probably had the fast car, so still a positive day for our race team. And we'll just try and get us all back in winner's circle next week.
And now for William Byron.
Last week, and then I felt like
Okay. Let's go full screen here.
a little bit. I mean, we did fine saving fuel last week, and then I felt like the goal for half the run was to run hard and get everyone else to pit, and we'd have to pit for less time. And then turns out one guy or 2 guys can make it. I don't know, 2 guys maybe, and we were screwed. So we had to do something different and start saving, and it was kind of just the hand we were dealt. I mean, sometimes it hurts to have a fast car because you burn more fuel. So,
And where's SHR now? After that 4th place finish yesterday.
I feel like for us, we're kind of just the same as what we have been. Our cars are a little bit better, but we still need. What I mean is, we still need some speed. But I feel like we're better than we were, and I think our team just does a good job getting good finishes as well.
Okay, so those were the driver interviews that I had that I could get from Bob Pockrass. But I would like to know your take on this one. Who are your winners and who are your losers from Pocono? Who finished in the winner's circle for you this past weekend at Pocono, and who finished a lap down? For me, the ones who finished in the winner's circle this week, again, Hendrick Motorsports with Alex Bowman, and also in the winner's circle this week, Bubba Wallace. Nice to see him get some confidence. Nice to see him finish in the top 5 and the top 10 for once. Now, the ones who finished a lap down for me, I hate to say this, but Kyle Larson blowing a tire on the last lap on Saturday, and then for Sunday, I don't know who to say for Sunday. I'm guessing Denny Hamlin finished the lap down for me by miscalculating his fuel mileage. So, those are my winner's circle and lap down picks for the Pocono double. Next week, we got Road America, and I believe it's just the Xfinity and Cup next weekend, 4th of July weekend. Yeah, it's just Xfinity and Cup 4th of July weekend. Next time, the trucks will be in action. Let me check matters on that. Next time the trucks will be in action will be Knoxville. So, brand new track for the Truck Series. We'll see how it plays out for them. And we'll be seeing how Road America will play out for Xfinity and Cup July 4th weekend. So, I will be seeing you next time you're on the garage area. I'm going to be pulling into the garage for now. I'll see you next time, race fans. And I'll put a spin on what Kim says at the end of her Kim and the Crease podcast. Your drivers would be nothing without your support. So comment down below on who your favorite driver is. And one more thing. It appears as though I've gotten one of my female friends into NASCAR. So I've been saying it's much more different. It's much different once you've been at a race. The fan experience is tremendous, is amazing, especially at Pocono. So again, leave support for your favorite driver in the comments below. Your winner's circle and lap down picks in the comments below. And what did you think of the Pocono doubleheader? Anyway, I'm going to be pulling into the garage area for now. I will see you next time. Rock on, race fans.